Hi, this is L.Ac with bringing acupuncture mainstream one talk at a time. I wanted to continue my thoughts about acupuncture needles and a relationship to a lot of people's apprehension about having acupuncture. So let's just talk about it and just talk a little bit about the history of acupuncture needles. I'm only going to give you a small snapshot in relation to how acupuncturists were many centuries ago to how they are now. And if you look at the historical pictures online, you could go to Google and look at acupuncture needles from the past. And I would characterize a lot of the needles that you'll see as an equivalent, at best, equivalent to like a jeweler's screwdriver set. The thickness of the body of the needles that penetrate the tissue are pretty much along the lines of what looks like a jeweler's screwdriver set. Now, if you're like me, I don't think I'd be so brave as to have to go to my tool chest and get my little jeweler's screwdriver and stick it into my arm. Yeah, to me that would probably hurt quite a bit. And nowadays the needles are just so thin that, as one of my collegiates did at one time when he had nothing better to do, he stuck at least 20, it could have been a lot more, but it was at least 20 acupuncture needles inside a hypodermic needle. So that gives you an idea how small, how thin the modern acupuncture needle is. So you compare the acupuncture patient many hundreds of years ago in China, you might say they had to have been pretty tough. But nowadays, you don't have to be quite as tough to experience acupuncture and to have the therapeutic effects. So so I just wanted to add that perspective. In acupuncture, many years, hundreds of years ago, it worked with the way, and if you look at those tools too, the acupuncture, in a historical sense, the acupuncturist had a lot more tools at his disposal than the modern acupuncturist. Nowadays it's very regulated. It's extremely, you might say, sanitary. It's only using very fine needles, very round, small needles. If you look in the historical records of, like for example, your Google search, you'll find things like little knives, things like an equivalent of an ancient X-Acto knife. I mean, these type of things. Acupuncturists in historical sense, many centuries ago, were like they're like surgeons. They weren't. It was not the same thing as what is commonly and regulated nowadays. In terms of what an acupuncturist can use. So we only use the disposable, the thinnest needles. We're not allowed in the United States to use any of this type of larger devices that may be used in China still, but they're not used in the United States. So anyways, to help you, before your first treatment, rest assured, it is extremely sanitized, extremely simple. The finest needles are used, and that helps immensely in terms of the patient acceptance, the patient's responses to a commonly applied acupuncture treatment nowadays in modern United States. So I hope you enjoyed this little talk on acupuncture needles. This is L.Ac with bringing acupuncture mainstream one talk at a time, and I'll see you on the next video.